Okay, so to build the cannon, the first thing we're going to do is create a new part. So I'm just going to click, drop down part. Now I want to scale it up, so we'll scale. It's going to be our base. Okay, so happy with that base. Once I've done that, navigate to the properties. You'll see here, and let's change the color. Let's make it sunrise, and we'll change the material. Again, find the material you want. Let's make it granite. Okay, so that's a nice base for our cannon. Next thing we're going to make is a cylinder. So again, to make the cylinder, just do this, let's rotate it, get it into the right place. Maybe just have it shifting out. Let's say this angle here. Okay. Again, this design really, you can get creative with it. Now, what I want to do is if I go to the Home tab, if I duplicate, recording a video, yeah, then make this smaller, extend it, video as well. Now this is the tube that's going to be cutting a hole through our larger cannon. So I want this to be a good size. Once I'm happy with it, if I want to center it exactly, what I do is I go out and find the position of this. The way I do that is go to the properties, find the position, copy this, right? Copy, select the inner tube, find the position, and then paste it, and then press enter. This tube now is perfectly centered. So to cut the hole, go onto model, select the inner tube, and select negate. Okay, so now as you can see, it turns red. Before you add the two parts together, make sure you change the design of this to what you want it to be. So just to match with the theme, I'm going to make mine maybe orange, and I'm going to make it granite as well. Just the same material, right? Now, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to union everything. So the way I do that is I click select, and the corner that's away from everywhere else. Let's say this corner here. Hold down the mouse, drag, select everything. Now, as you can see, they're all highlighted, so they've all been selected. Okay, once I'm happy with that, simply press union. Okay, now there's a hole going through my cannon. Next part is to make the cannonball itself. So we're going to add a sphere. Make it a bit bigger. And yeah, I'm happy with the size. So once you've done that, again change the properties. This time I'm going to make it metal. I'm going to make it black, which I think gives a nice cannonball shiny effect. Right. Once you've recorded it, or once you've added this, just move it outside of the map, right? But before you do that, make sure go onto the properties, find the name component, and change the name. So just if this disappears, for example, right, click on the ball again, go to the name, and change the name. I'm going to call mine Cannonball 2. Right. And that's it. That's the modeling done. So once you've done that, there's two things you need to add. So if you find this, right, if you find this in our Explorer, this time you look in our Explorer. So again, once we select something, it becomes highlighted. So I've got a lot of things called union. So I want to click on this cannon. Now in my Explorer, union's been highlighted. So if I click the icon on the left-hand side, I can rename it, or you can right-click, rename, and let's call this cannon. So that's the first stage. I'll make a second video for the second stage.